Now, the biggest stressor for pretty much everyone right now is the financial situation. So, a lot of us that can't work, we are faced with a huge dilemma. I know a lot of my friends are essential workers, and so they're still working, and there are challenges that come along with that. As someone who is not essential, I definitely know what these challenges are of like having to stay home and not have an income. So I'm just gonna go over the financial stuff that we are going through, those of us that can't work. Hopefully the things that I've run into and the things that I've kind of seen and heard and learned can help you if you're in the same boat. So the first thing that we did when we realized that we were not going to be able to go back to work is we called and emailed and somehow got into contact with everyone that we pay bills to. Our landlord, credit cards, car payments, car insurance, all of those things. And luckily, the salon owner that I work with, she already had a plan in place with her landlord. So she rents the salon from a building owner, whatever you want to call it, property owner. And so she told us that we will figure it out once we're cleared to go back to work. And really, that's the response that most people are giving us. That's the response that our landlord gave us too, is like, once we're cleared to go back to work, we will figure this out, whether it is making a payment plan to cover the months that we didn't pay or something to that effect. But basically they've been postponed or deferred. And so when you call your credit card companies, your insurance companies, all those things, they will most likely have a plan in place to defer your payments, or they stop the late fees and any penalties for being late. They will kind of put those on hold. I know for me, my student loan is completely deferred until I think they said next year. They understand that if we can't work, we can't pay our bills, point blank. That actually alleviated a lot of stress. So if you have not called the people that you pay bills to, I would encourage you to do it. The first call that I made, I was so nervous. My heart was beating so fast. I felt like they were gonna just, I don't know if I thought they were gonna be mean to me or whatever, but they're totally not. Most of them have, like I said, a system in place, and everyone is calling them. So you're not the first call they got about this. So if you haven't done that yet, please do it. It will alleviate so much stress for you, and it'll just put you at ease a little bit. They will work with you. I just kind of want to go over my experience applying for unemployment as a self-employed person. So I waited until unemployment or EDD, the EDD website had the option ready to go for self-employed people. I went ahead and applied online. I was able to apply on a Saturday evening. Long story short, I keep my own records my own way. And so when I needed that information, I had it readily available. And so I put that into the EDD website. Now, granted, I am getting not much. So I got my first check, and for 2 weeks, I'm not going to say the amount because I don't know if I am supposed to or not supposed to, but it really, doesn't matter. But it is definitely not what I make in the salon. Let's just put it that way. It is a fraction. It is a fraction of what I make in 2 weeks in the salon. What I get from EDD is a fraction, but I'm still grateful for it because it's something. Mind you, this is before the Federal CARES Act went into place. The Federal CARES Act went into place actually the 12th. So the 12th was a Sunday. So as of Monday the 13th of April, they are recalculating and redetermining self-employment benefits. So if you were, let's say your claim amount was 0, that has been redetermined or it's in the process of being redetermined. So a lot of people that I know that are self-employed and pay their taxes and do everything right, they are getting 0 from EDD. But as of the 13th, that may change. So just hold tight for the next couple of weeks. Like I said, they're redetermining all that stuff because the Federal CARES Act actually went into place on the 12th. So give it a couple of weeks. I know it's annoying and I know it's frustrating. I had a total meltdown on Monday night, but I had to kind of put myself back together and just kind of say, okay, this again is unprecedented. It's not EDD's fault necessarily because I'm sure they're doing the best they can with the situation. We could throw blame around and it's really not going to help anything, because what are we going to do? It is what it is. So again, if you're in that situation, I know it's so frustrating. Vent to your friends. Like in beauty school, we used to call it a bitch buddy. Like, have a bitch buddy that you can like vent to and say all this stuff to and get it out of your system, and then just let it go. And so I had my little meltdown on Monday night, but then I realized, like, okay, they literally have to do this for what, I don't even know how many millions and millions and millions of people, because we're all in the same boat. So I'm gonna just hold off. If 2 or 3 weeks passes and it's still the same thing, I'm probably gonna have another meltdown, but that's, whatever. Also, the stimulus, now today's the 15th and I still haven't gotten it. But like I said, the IRS took their payment for this month, but I didn't get my stimulus money, but that's fine. I'm just saying, you guys have my bank account information because you take your payment with no problem, but when it comes to giving me my stimulus, you have a problem. I don't know. But there is actually a portal on the IRS website that says get my payment, and supposedly you are supposed to figure out your status of your stimulus. If you haven't gotten it yet, it says get my payment, and you're supposed to put your information in there so they can look up your particular stimulus situation. For me, they couldn't find any, which is really interesting, but it's fine. I'm like, again, I'll wait till Friday. I'll wait until the 17th. I'll check it again. Everyone is on that website right now, and they literally just said like no information available. But it's fine. I'll check it again on Friday. And literally that's what I have to tell myself, is like, okay, it's not just me looking for my information. It's like millions of people, like tens of millions of people are looking up their information at the same time. Of course, it's going to be slow. Of course, it's going to take some time to roll out. It's fine. We're fine. I'm fine. It's okay. Now, there's other resources for people that are in a different situation than me, but I want to go ahead and explain it just in case. The Payroll Protection Program is another program for people that have employees. So let's say you're a salon owner with commission employees or salaried employees, hourly employees, whatever you want to call it. And so the Payroll Protection Program is for someone like you, and they are giving you money to pay your overhead and pay your employees at least something during this time. Again, I don't know the exact requirements because, again, I didn't apply for it because it didn't apply to me. But if you are in that situation, it's called the Payroll Protection Program, or PPP as everybody is calling it, and you can go ahead and apply for that online. Now, SDI or disability is for people that have been actually affected by the virus or have had the virus. And so when you apply for that specific type of disability, let's say you can't work because you're obviously sick with the virus, they will ask you for proof. They will ask you for a doctor's note. They'll ask you for some type of verification from your doctor saying that you have had the virus or have it currently. And so again, that is something that is online. It's on the EDD website, but you have to choose the disability side of things, not unemployment. So those things, even though they're both on EDD, they're two different things. So unemployment and disability are two different programs. But if you choose disability, just be aware they will ask for proof. The Small Business Administration loans are loans that you have to pay back. So if you applied for a loan, I know that they're very slow in getting back to people, but those loans at some point will have to be paid back in the future. Again, I don't know what those requirements or what those timeframes are because I didn't go that route. Another experience that I had was trying to actually apply for essential jobs. That didn't go well because I didn't get hired anywhere. They probably want people that have more experience than me, and that makes total sense. I actually was looking into some state jobs, but I think they're being very cautious about who they hire as well. So I haven't heard back necessarily from a lot of these places. It's been a lot of just like no response or a very delayed response. And so, you know, I'm still open to getting a day job. I'll never stop doing hair, but we don't know how much longer we're going to be in this situation. So it's something that I open myself up to just in case. But I have either not gotten the jobs because they want somebody with more experience, or I just haven't heard back yet. But I will keep you guys posted on that. But again, I will never stop doing hair. I'll do both. I've done it before.